So 2 new cases detected in 2 individuals in hotel quarantine acquired overseas, and they've both been transferred to hospitals. And then you heard about this case from South Africa, a woman who arrived here in Queensland on the 22nd of December, was immediately placed into hotel quarantine and tested, and genome sequencing has come back to show that she has this new variant that has been picked up in South Africa that is thought to be more contagious. So we've just gone back and double-checked that in the hotel, in the transfer and ambulance, and now in the hospital she's in the Sunshine Coast University Hospital, that there have been no concerns, and we haven't found any concerns there. But it does reinforce the need that anyone coming from overseas does need to quarantine for 14 days in either a quarantine hotel, or if they're unable to, for whatever reason, due to health reasons, for instance, if they can't remain in that hotel quarantine, they need to go into hospital. All our positive cases are being transferred into hospitals so we can make our hotels as safe as we possibly can. Thank you. I think it's a useful strategy, but we need to remember that that's only a point-in-time test. So they still have to be tested when they arrive here, and they still need to be in hotel quarantine. It's then up to the airlines what they do, whether or not they will stop those people going on the planes. And we know that people can become positive at any point within that 14 days of exposure. So it's a strategy, but it won't take away the need for anyone who's coming from overseas to still be required to quarantine for 14 days. Yes, yes. It's not considered to result in more severe disease, but we're still working through that now because it's quite a recent finding. Right, so we have had a number of discussions with Cricket Australia, and they would need to follow the same arrangements that we've had in place for other sporting codes when they travel from a hotspot, which means that they go into a quarantine hotel and the only reason they leave is for training or to play the match. That's true, yes. No, those are decisions that they need to make. I've just made clear what would need to occur if they were to play in Sydney, and Sydney was still regarded a hotspot at that time, because that's not even certain, of course. If Sydney were still a hotspot when they played in Sydney, what they would need to do if they then wanted to come into Queensland and play in Queensland. Yep, they can cross the border, but they will still need to go into hotel quarantine when they arrive into Queensland if they've been in a declared hotspot prior to that arrival.